Today's video is a little bit different. We have a little bit of a repurposed project going on and a little bit of an organizational project going on, all wrapped up into one, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Hi, I'm Cindy with Reinvented Delaware, and we love to repurpose and reinvent all sorts of home decor and furniture projects, and then we love to share them with you here on YouTube and over on our blog at reinventeddelaware.com. So here's the thing, it can get pretty crazy with all the projects, all the blog posts, all the videos going on, social media. It can get out of hand for a small business owner like me. Recently, I learned how to set up an organizational system to keep track of all the blog posts, the YouTube videos, the social media, and all of that a small business owner like myself needs to keep track of. I learned this from Leslie at My 100-Year-Old Home. She has an amazing blog. I'll link it below. You've got to check her out. But she taught a system using Post-it notes, and it just blew me away, and I'm excited to share it with you today. To create the grid, I grabbed a Sharpie marker and a metal ruler. Then I flipped the window on the back side. I did all this marking on the back so that I don't have to do it each month. And I just gridded out a row of 5 down and 7 across, and each square is a 3 by 3. Now the window that I have has 2 areas, one above and one below, so I did the same thing on both of those areas. Then I flipped it around and I wrote Sunday through Saturday across the top. And then I also added the dates. This is the month of August, so I was able to start August the 1st on a Sunday, and I went all the way through. Now each month I won't have to do that grid over and over because it's on the back side of the glass. The front side of the glass, I can just use alcohol and a cotton swab or a cotton ball and wipe off the dates and then put in new dates. So that's very simple. Now for the fun part. I purchased Post-it notes in the colors that I like. I chose 6 different colors in blues and greens, for the most part, blues and greens. And now the next decision was to decide how often I want to post. I want to post 3 times a week. I want 3 blog posts to go out per week. One of those blog posts is going to include a video. And I put the days of the week that I want to post. I want to post on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So I've got that selected up there just in a random Post-it note color. Then the next thing that I thought about is what subjects, what topics do I want to blog about or create a YouTube video for? And I came up with 6 of them so that I have enough topics to rotate through a 2-month cycle. Here are the topics that I came up with: furniture makeovers, thrifted projects and crafts, at-home decorating with vintage items, upholstery and sewing projects, a room refresh, and recipes vintage style. That's something I want to start adding. So for my editorial calendar, I grabbed my bullet journal, I opened up to the page the list of ideas that I have, and I started writing them down. And I fit each idea into one of the color coordinated categories that I've created down here. Like for instance, the upholstery and sewing project category, I've already got 2 projects written down here. So there's one, how to paint a grain sack stripe. I'm excited about that. So I went through and I made a list on the Post-it note that coordinated with that category, and I wrote them down and I kept them just below in the empty section of my grid. From there, I'm moving those ideas up into the actual calendar to see when it's going to work. I'm loving how this system is working out. When I get an idea that pops into my mind for a blog post, I just jot it down on that list in my bullet journal, which is with me all the time. And then in the evenings or once or twice a week, I can come in here with those ideas and add them to a Post-it note in the category that it fits. Then when I have a blank spot in my editorial calendar, I can just pick up that Post-it note and stick it right there. It's just a wonderful system. The other reason I love this system is that it's very changeable. My bullet journal, I love my bullet journal, but when I was writing my editorial calendar in my bullet journal, it was kind of set in stone, and that's not so good in a business that I have. It depends on the products that I can find when I'm out thrifting and that sort of thing. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. Whereas with this idea, if for instance, this recipe is not going to fit on that day because I couldn't get fresh green beans or whatever, I can move that recipe to another spot on my calendar. And that about wraps it up. That is the new way that I've learned to organize my editorial calendar. I don't want to miss out on any of the ideas that I have to share with you. I want to create fun videos and fun blog posts so that you can learn how to do the projects that we do. And this is one of the ways that I can just stay on task. I'm super excited. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, would you please give me a thumbs up and even subscribe to my channel? It really does help a small business owner like me. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.